this get you excited, the draw, Stephen?
I'd have to say Group F would be the one group that, at the end of the day, one of the big boys is going out. Inter Milan are a big side, and Borussia Dortmund. So, absolutely, this is about as close to the group of death as there is Group F.
Group F is definitely the one, isn't it, Ali?
It's not Group G, I'm going to tell you that much.
Ali, I've had enough of your Lyon bashing.
No, I'm just saying. You look at Group G and you just go, how did we get here? However, Group F, yes, you make the point of Barcelona should advance out of the group, but I'm sure that it's going to be tighter than we think. Yeah. Borussia Dortmund is a good team. They really can't defend all that well, but they are a good team going forward. And Inter is still a project in terms of what comes of it with Antonio Conte and Lukaku and the new signings and the new acquisitions. However, Barcelona is still the favorite. They should advance, and it should be between Dortmund and Inter Milan battling for the second spot.
What have they said in Catalonia about this draw, Sid?
Well, I think one of the things, of course, is you have to analyse this in the context of what it could have been. And so from Barcelona's point of view, they got, given that they were seeds, they got pretty much the hardest team, or at least they felt they got pretty much the hardest team they could have got out of the second pot, and pretty much the hardest team they could have got out of the third pot as well. So in that sense, there is a feeling that, yeah, this is difficult, this is hard, but still that Barcelona are stronger than anyone else in that group and should go through. Also, actually, over the last 3 or 4 years, Barcelona have tended to have at least one genuinely strong team in the group. You look back to last year's group was strong as well. And actually, I think it probably helps them a little bit in that they get up and running. I mean, of course, everyone would rather play a load of weak teams, but they get up and running quickly. Some of their better performances last year in the group against Juventus, they were very, very good at home, for example. And so, you know, there is a sense in Catalonia that Barcelona should go through, and that the issue really isn't this. The issue is whether they have one of these blow-ups in the quarter-final or semi-final, as they've done for the last 2 seasons.
Mark, who have you got getting out of this group?
What's the group of death?
Well, yeah, if you want to call it that, yes. You say that with quite some venom as well, Mark.
I think you take Barca. I think it'd be a real shock if Barca didn't go through. But with Inter, you just don't know. I mean, Lukaku, can he do it at the top level? We've all questioned whether he's up to it or not. But if he gets off to a flyer on Antonio Conte, and if Sanchez plays or anything like he can do, then with Sanchez and Lukaku scoring goals, you've got a real chance against anybody. So I think that Inter could get past Dortmund, but I don't see Barcelona being in trouble. I think Barca will win the group, but I do think Inter might have a chance of taking Dortmund out of the equation.
Barca, Inter? Ali?
I'll take Barcelona, Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah, I'm going Dortmund as well, Barca.
Dortmund as well?
Yeah, we don't know what we're going to get from Inter, to be honest with you. They've had 1-1, a 4-0 win against Lecce, and everybody's screaming from the rooftops how great they are. I'm not quite as convinced yet.
Mark, before we move on to the next group, you mentioned Alexis Sanchez, of course, made official today. What are they saying in Manchester about this?
I think, to be honest, they're probably glad to get rid of him. He's just been a disastrous sign. He's been probably the worst sign that United have made for 30 years. I mean, people are talking about Gary Birtles, which the guys might remember. This guy, he came with a big reputation. I think he scored 5 goals in 18 months. And, you know, personally, I think United should have kept him on the basis that they are so thin in terms of options up front that it wouldn't have been a bad option to have. But I've been told that people around the club thought that it was almost a lost cause in the sense that they've tried everything with Sanchez and Solskjaer's not a real fan of him. So to get what they're getting for him, United are suggesting it's around 6 million. I've been told more in terms of what it's going to cost them, but still, it's going to cost them quite a lot of money to get him off the books. But they think they can get by with Mason Greenwood as cover. I'm not convinced, but United are getting rid of a lot of players at the moment, and they're not bringing many people in.